Alrighty guys, welcome back to more Pokemon Red version. In the last episode, we made it here just outside of Rock Tunnel. In this episode, we're going to be going through the Rock Tunnel to get to Lavender Town. So, let's just head in there right now. Off screen, I did teach my Pikachu Thunderbolt with Pikasav. I'll just show it right now. Because I was under the impression that it would learn it on level 26, but in fact, it doesn't learn it at all in Red and Blue. And if I knew that, I would have taught it Thunderbolt with the TM. So, I decided to teach a Thunderbolt with Pikasav. I hope that's okay. Hope nobody is infuriated by that or anything. So let me just spray a Repel and then use Flash with Voltorb. And we are going to get this show on the road. Hopefully it won't take me too long. I know my way through here pretty much perfectly. If I didn't have Flash though, I would struggle a lot. So I believe this guy leads off with a Cubone. So we're going to go with Ivysaur to take on that thingy. Or that Cubone, it's not a thingy. And we should be pretty victorious, I hope. So, he does have a Cubone, level 23, and that is a 2-hit KO. We'll go for Body Slam to finish it off. And he's a Slowpoke, which will get taken out by a Thunderbolt by Pikachu. So that is actually really good. Thunderbolt is, yeah, it's like the second best electrical attack you can have in this game, or electric attack you can have in this game. So yeah, again, if I knew that I could have taught Pikachu that, or if I knew that Pikachu didn't learn Thunderbolt at the time, I definitely would have used the TM on that. But in fact, it doesn't learn Thunderbolt for whatever strange reason. It only learns Thunder on level 43, I think it is. So, yeah, that's why I decided I would teach it Thunderbolt with Pikasav. And again, that's pretty much another explanation I've already given. So, take that thing out with a Quick Attack, and Pikachu grows to level 26, where it is now going to try and learn the move Swift. And I'm going to get rid of Growl for Swift. So we have one attacking electric attack, 2 physical normal attacks, and 1 status inflicting electric attack, which is not a bad moveset so far. Obviously, we can get better, but right now it is not as bad as it could be. I believe this trainer here has Bulbasaur and Oddish, so I'm going to switch Alakazam. I don't know, I think there may be a hidden item around here. I don't know, I have a weird suspicion that there is. So let me just use the item finder. And nope, there actually isn't. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm Fire Red and Leaf Green, there is a TM around here. I think Rock Slide is around here or something. I don't know, but we'll use Alakazam against the Glass up here because she does have Grass and Poison types, and that is what Alakazam is good for battling against. So, she does have an Oddish, which will get taken out by Psybeam. She also has a Bulbasaur, which will get taken out by Psybeam as well, and we defeat that junior trainer with no problem at all, because as I say in like every episode, Alakazam is like pretty much untouchable almost with its power, because it's so fast, it hits hard with special attacks. It is pretty untouchable in some circumstances. So, costume players, is he talking about cosplayers who go to anime or expos and stuff dressed as anime characters? Maybe, I don't know. But he has a Charmander level 22. We'll go for a Bubble Beam and take that out in one hit. His next Pokemon is Cubone, which will also Bubble Beam and take out. And Clefable is another Pokemon that has actually performed to a very high standard so far, which is really good. So, Repel wore off, need to spray another one, and I will just spray that real quick. And I think I stocked up on too many Repels, but again, you can never have too many Repels, especially when going through a cave like this, because it is pretty long for, well, some people consider it long. It's not extremely long, but it is pretty, yeah, where am I going with this? It is long, but it's not long, I guess. Anyway, this hiker here has a Geodude on level 25. We're going to go for a Vine Whip. That should be a Graveler. It does evolve on level 25. And, yep, that is the hiker defeated. So, let's just move on to the next trainer, who is up here. Another hiker, who I believe will probably have Geodude and a Machop. They always seem to have Machop and Geodude. So, he does have a Machop, which will get taken out by 2 Vine Whips, and an Onix, which will get taken out by 1 as well. I think that was a critical hit, though I don't think the crit was necessary. Anyway, level 28 for Ivysaur, which is great. It'll evolve into Venusaur in 4 levels, which is awesome. And we're going to hit down this ladder. I think I said hit down this ladder. Next, we're going to use, I think we'll use Clefable. I do have Bubble Beam, and there's like this room here is actually full of hikers. So we'll take on these hikers right now. First one being this guy with 4 Pokemon. Geodude is one of them. Machop is another. Next is Geodude again, and finally we have another Geodude. So Bubble Beam on that and take it out. So Clefable actually has a lot of HP for level 28. It's really bulky, which is great. I like myself some bulky Pokemon. So let's take on this guy next. And I think there's only 4 hikers in this room. I can't remember how many, but 4 sounds about right. So this guy's an Onyx, take out with 1 Bubble Beam. Onyx again, take it out with 1 Bubble Beam. Finally Geodude with another Bubble Beam. And I'm actually really happy I decided to teach that to Clefable because it's a pretty good move. I probably should have saved it for the water type I'm going to be getting, but it doesn't really matter too much. So, is that the last hiker? I think there's another one up here we can battle. Nope, looks like there's only 3. So we're going to be taking on this guy, and that is the last hiker to deal with here. So let's take him on. And apparently we need to show some respect. I didn't realize I was being disrespectful, but he has a Geodude on level 22. And his final Pokemon is a Graveler, which will get taken out by Bubble Beam. Graveler is a really weird sprite in this game, but who am I to judge on sprites? Even though it's been brought up a lot, not in comments and stuff, but people have said to me that the sprites look really weird for this generation, which is true. I wouldn't say they look weird, but they're sort of outdated, I guess. Anyway, let's spray a Repel again, and I think there might be an item up around here. This wouldn't be up here otherwise, so let's just use the item finder. My headphone is falling out of my ear. And nope, this is just a random crevice right here for absolutely nothing, apparently. Anyway, there's a last there. I believe she may have not electric types, a grass type again, maybe, or Pidgey and stuff. So we'll go for the safety option and use Alakazam. Good thing I didn't press teleport there. I really need to get rid of that move, just because it is really annoying, and I have a weird feeling I'm going to press it, and I'm going to get teleported out of the cave. So, hikers leave trails, apparently. So, let's see, she has a Jigglypuff, which gets taken out with Psybeam, a Pidgey, which also gets taken out by Psybeam, and a Meowth, which will get taken out by Psybeam, and level 28 for Alakazam. My only problem with this place is there's not a lot of opportunities to use Pikachu. I really should have used it there, but of course I was a little bit stupid and didn't do that. I know there's an item here in Fire Red and Leaf Green. I just don't know if it's here. We'll use the item finder and see, but there is an item down here in Fire Red and Leaf Green. I'm almost certain of it. I don't know why. I just have this weird feeling I'm missing out on stuff, even though the item finder is saying that there is no item. Anyway, another hiker, so we're going to switch Ivysaur to the front and take it on with that. So, let's see what Pokemon he has, and hopefully it is, I think he has 2 Geodudes and a Graveler. So, Vine Whip takes out that, another Geodude, take that out with Vine Whip, and finally a Graveler, which we take out with Vine Whip. So, I was right. 2 Geodudes and a Graveler. He was out-muscled. Alright. So, let's see, maybe there's any, nope, nothing down here. There's a lack of items in this place, which is weird. Usually in caves there's an abundance of items, but it doesn't seem like there is. Why did I use the item finder? I meant to spray Repel. That was dumb of me. So let's spray Repel. And yeah, take on this last guy who I believe is Slowpoke. So we're gonna go with Pikachu. If not, I could be in a bad position, but I'm pretty sure he does have Pikachu. Or not Pikachu, he does have Slowpoke, we'll see. So he does have Slowpoke, level 20, take it out with a Thunderbolt. He has another Slowpoke, take that out with a Thunderbolt. And finally a third Slowpoke, which we take out with a Thunderbolt. So great stuff, Pikachu. I haven't used you as much in here as I possibly would have liked to, but again, there hasn't been a great opportunity. We'll take on this guy, or this girl. It's a girl, not a guy. I believe she may have grass type, so I'll have to switch. She does have belt. Wow, that is ugly. I only just realized that. That's an ugly sprite. But anyway, Sleep Powder. Great. Wrap. Great. So take that with Psybeam and Clefairy, which we'll actually go to Pikachu for. Thunderbolt is a 2-hit KO, and that is sweet for Pikachu. So, yeah, Pikachu is finally getting some battling in. I could have actually used the Swift or a Quick Attack against that Bellsprout, but I don't know, I just didn't think of it at the time. So Pidgey, Thunderbolt takes that out. Rattata, Thunderbolt will take that out. Level 27 for Pikachu. Thunderbolt on that Rattata, and Bellsprout, we will go to Alakazam again, go for Psybeam, and take that out in one hit. Just because it is much easier to do it that way instead of toying around with it and using Swift and stuff. So it looks like we're near the end of the cave, which is awesome. Got it done in about 10 minutes. I'm happy with that. So let's just take on this last trainer, who I believe she's the last trainer. So once we take her on, we are done and dusted. And I believe she leads off with the Pidgey. So that's, oh, she leads off with Meowth, gets taken out with Thunderbolt. She's an Oddish, which is going to get taken out by Psybeam. And finally, she has a Pidgey, which is going to get taken out by Pikachu's Thunderbolt. And yeah, I just steamrolled my way through here in quick time, which is awesome. Let's see if there's any items over here. I think there... I'm not even going to say I think there is, because there usually isn't. That's just been my luck. There hasn't been items around here. So, looks like we are out of the rock tunnel, and we're going to take on this trainer. So let's take her on, and there's still a few trainers we can battle here actually, which is good, so get some more experience and stuff. Anyway, this person here is a Pidgey, and she has a Pidgeotto, both of which get taken out with one Thunderbolt, and Pikachu is finally catching up on levels after being a little bit behind over the past few episodes. So, come over here, grab this Max Ether, which is hidden from you. Max Ether is a good item, and yeah, we can keep going. So, I didn't mean to talk to her. I didn't even talk to her with her power off. This guy's a hiker, so we are going to switch Ivysaur to the front, and just use Vine Whip and stuff. So, let's just do that. So, wow, that was a great introduction. Ha! Anyway, this guy has a Geodude, Vine Whip will take that out, and finally an Onix, which Vine Whip will take out, and I'm out of Vine Whips, which is not good news, but it's fine. So, yeah, we're pretty much at Lavender Town by now, and this guy has hay fever, apparently. And there's another hiker, so I think I'm gonna have to use Clefable, because Ivysaur is out of Vine Whips. I could use a Max Ether, but there's a Pokemon Center right, like, down the road, so I don't need to use that, and apparently Mountain Air is delicious. But anyway, this guy has an Onix, Bubble Beam will take that out, and he has a Graveler, which Bubble Beam will also take out, and we defeated the hiker, which is great. So, yeah, let's take on this last trainer here, I believe as a Slowpoke, because all these collector, or, super nerds seem to have Slowpokes, so we'll take him on with Pikachu, and hopefully get that to level 28. So, here we go. He has a Cubone, wow, okay, so Swift is a 2-hit KO, no, we're dead, alright, so, let's go to Ivysaur, go for a Body Slam, finish it off, and he does have Slowpoke, which will get taken out by 2 Body Slams. Kinda wish I didn't use Pikachu against that, Cubone, probably should have been a bit more logical, but obviously I'm dumb, so I screwed up. Anyway, here we are in Lavender Town with the really, I think it's awesome music. And of course, well, not everybody, but I'm sure most people know the creepypasta of Lavender Town, that if you listen to the music, kids in Japan apparently committed suicide over the music, which of course was not true. It's a story, it's not real. So anyway, we're gonna get Voltorb back in the PC, or first time in the PC, because I don't need Flash anymore, so I think I need to get Gloom though. I will need Cut, so let's just grab that. I'm probably gonna catch some Pokemon back in Rock Tunnel and do I need to catch Machop and a Geodude, so I can do like a Pika-Sap tutorial. So yeah, I'll go do that off screen. I'll probably get a Zubat and Pika-Sap it into Golbat just to fill up the Pokedex. We have seen 73 Pokemon and own 32. So, with all that said and done, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will catch you guys for more shortly enough. So, see you then.